Tim Onlu goes over a tenth of a second fast.
Good evening everyone, hope you can hear me loud and clear. It's Kill You Fee, she's back. And for one night only you've got me commentating the Premier Series. It's red purple in the first sector. Currently competing against Nico Bossert, who they've been back and forth throughout this season. Nico Bossert currently in the top step in this qualifying session with just over 12 minutes to go. And yeah, looks like our Cody Lawrence, our current reigning champion, is on for a hot one. Does a personal best in the middle sector. The current fastest middle sector is Nico Bossert. And yeah, we'll stick with Cody as he crosses the finish line and doesn't improve doesn't improve his position. And yeah, it looks like Nico Bossert just has the edge with a 126 flat. Cody Lawrence 2/10 off. Go on board with Ari. I'm so sorry, Ari. You've just come to the pits, but I can't pronounce your last name. My dyslexia just doesn't allow for it. Mulfitova. Yeah, right. Okay. Well, she's gone into the pits anyway, so there's that. On board with previous season champion Stevenson, currently racing for his own team. Not even a team really, an independent driver, and he's on his second lap at the moment. I think it might just be an out lap, to be honest. So we'll stick with him for now. Yeah, those who aren't familiar with it, including myself, it's a good bit of brekkie, I guess. Better word. Comes across the start-finish straight now. Full beans crosses the finish line and starts his lap. He's trying to utilise as much of the track as possible. Hopefully doesn't get upset by the car coming out of the pits there. Straight on the throttle again. Breaking 5th down to 4th. Clipping that apex. Don't want to go too wide, don't want to invalidate your lap. And there's a lot of just windy left, right corners in this. Some people will consider it a bit of a Mickey Mouse circuit, but it is unique in its own ways. Going through hairpin turn now, back on the throttle. 6th, 7th, get to 8th. Even 8 gears in this car. Either way, going fast. He set a personal best in the first sector. Doesn't seem to be challenging the ones at the front just yet. DRS Open, personal best in the second sector, and he's just 2/10 up on his time at the moment, so that might edge him forward, at least ahead of Ari. Comes across the start finish line and stays 5th. Improves his time. There's a 1:27.3, but yeah, it doesn't look like he's moving from 5th just yet. And should we go on board with Felipe Olsen? He's whacked the wall there. Not a great start. Yeah, he's coming into the pits. I'd abandon that one as well. On board with Ari instead. Goes wide there. Just about makes the track, but we'll have to sacrifice a bit of time. And it's over 8.5 minutes to go around this Jeddah Grand Prix. Oh yeah, there is 8 years. Ari hasn't had the best of luck starting this season. In fact, I think she had to miss one of the races. However, she is showing a lot of promise and could be a title contender, depending on plays her cards right. Doesn't improve in the first sector though. She is off of current best. Probably stick with it. Never know, you might find a few tenths in one or two corners. Trying to utilise as much of the track as possible. Bit of a lock up there in the front left. Looks like everyone's opting for the C4 compound tyre tonight. Qualifying session at least. And Ari abandoned the lap. Anyone on a lap at the moment? Go on board with Mac Levine even. Very slow out of that first initial corner. He might have made a mistake. No, in fact, I think he completed his lap, so ignore that. A lap of the in-between period at the moment. In Bossett's coming out. Go on board Igor, representing Dak. I think newly signed driver, maybe from the last race. I could be wrong. Apologies, I've been living my my life elsewhere, away from the track. Bit out of the loop. Igor's last lap. Improves in the first sector. Felipe Olsen's also improving in the first sector, yet to set a lap. I don't know what. Compete with the rest of the pack. I know he has a bit more potential in him, possibly. Ego across the finish line, and where does that put him? He goes up to 8th with that lap. Might be happy with that one, though Giovanni Amorim do something about that. On board with Nico Bossert, who set purple in the first sector, so he is forever improving. Maybe he might break into the 25s. Lawrence, he is also on a lap as well. Let's watch what he's up to. Time. Not really improving as of yet, as Nico Bossert is 5/10 up on his lap. Stevenson up to 3rd with that, faster 3rd sector. What can Nico do about that? He fumbles the middle sector and decides to come in. Cody Lawrence low in the first sector. Takes a lot of the curb. That would borderline track extension. Oh, and Cody Lawrence, big spin there. Probably put off by the driver ahead of him. Going a bit too slow for his liking. But I'll be honest, wasn't exactly setting the world alight with that lap. Ari Aster, that's a movie director. I'm so sorry. Ari's about to leave the pit. A lap. He's not improved. Mac Levine is on a lap. The blue gull. Away. Say the end of this lap with Mark, who is improving. Let's see, where does that push him up to? 20 and 8th. He stays. Oh no, he goes up to 7th with that one. Felipe Olsen bumped down to 8th. On board with Alex Lahou, who's improved in his first sector. Big extension there. But I don't know, might be allowed. Goes purple in the middle sector. Might be a good lap from Alex. He sticks with it. Nice exit there. Unsettled. Settled, I don't know. Doesn't improve though. Stays 5th, but it's a good 5th. Just shows how strong the top 4 are. And Alex just returning to the pits there. I don't think he'll be making another lap, I'll be honest. That was naughty of him. Have to complete his in-lap. I have words with him. Cody Lawrence. Going around the last corner now. Hopefully he's got a good enough exit. Utilising as much of the track as physically possible. Don't want to touch that wall, but wants to get as close as possible. So slow going through the first couple of corners there. With only 30 seconds to go, this is the last attempt he has to get pole. And I don't know. It feels slow. It feels slow. He's not improving. Maybe just by a bit. Needs to find potentially 3/10 or 2/10 even. Oh, and Ari goes. Well, she stays 6th, but she does improve on her time. That was just a very good lap from Alex on the previous lap. Lawrence, like I said, doesn't improve in the first sector. Goes fastest in the middle sector though. We'll stick with him. Let's see. Doesn't have enough to get pole though. I don't know actually. He's managed to get a good exit. This might be it. He crosses the finish line. And he goes past! He's got pole! He's done it! I'm sorry for doubting him. But yeah, he manages to do it. And Daniel Foucault goes 3rd. Knocks Stevenson down to 4th. Felipe Olsen, the only one on track still. And let's see. Is he even on a lap? He is. It hasn't improved in the middle sector. Goes does personal best in the first. Crosses the line, and where does that put him? He stays 8th with that one, and I believe that's quali. Cody Lawrence managing to snatch pole at the last dying seconds of qualifying at this Jeddah Grand Prix. Nico Bossert will be having words with his team regarding that, potentially. Though he won't be too upset. Know what he's capable of doing in the race. So, interesting qualifying session there. Very exciting at the end. A lot of back and forth between drivers. Stevenson missing out on the front second. Oh no, on third even. I'm gonna be smart with my words. Yeah, a lot of new faces that I'm not familiar with, and I like that. Even though it's a small grid tonight, I'm sure we're gonna see a very exciting turnout on track. A lot of talent in this small grid. So, quick pee break for the drivers now as they stretch their legs, maybe go get some refreshments. Speaking of which, I've got a few alcoholic beverages by my side. Remember, guys, don't drink and drive unless you're commentating. Yeah. 20 seconds to go until the drivers line up on the grid. Got 33 laps around the Cheddar Cheese Grand Prix. And it should be a good one. It should be a good one. Hopefully, nice clean start. And yeah, let's see how it goes. Drivers lining up on the grid. there's anyone around for an interview. Only so if anyone wants to, more than welcome to sort of yapping on my behalf this race. Yeah, we'll give it a couple of minutes, and if not, might end. But considering what 11 cars on the grid, we had a sort of interesting race. Some people made mistakes because it could have turned out really interesting in the end. Really strange pit stop strategies drivers, but I guess they drove into tires just didn't agree. But yeah, okay, fair enough. On that note, anyone wants to join? Oh, we've got one person waiting. Ari Mulfitova, is that how you pronounce your last name? Muted at the moment.
Oh, is this not push to talk anymore?
Sorry.
It's okay. I don't mind how people pronounce my last name because pronouncing it correctly would be very unnatural for an English speaker.
It would out.
Yeah, it would be Milfaitova, but yeah.
Mulfitova.
Good enough.
Yeah, okay, we'll take that.
good enough.
I'm gonna forget it come next race.
That's fine.
Interesting race. What happened in that pit stop?
Nothing happened in the first pit stop. I did a second pit stop because I had a very heavy crash, which took off both of my wings, and then I had to try to recover as quickly as possible. So I put on the C4s, and I think I'm very lucky to have caught up to Mark towards the end because I would have been kicking myself if I lost that P4.
You missed the overtake there, but yeah, great recovery. How long that?
I'm sweating so much from that. I was doing qualifying laps for like 10 laps towards the end, just trying my hardest to catch Mark, and I was seeing that I was saying the fastest laps of the race, so
Yeah.
that was extra motivation, and yet that is one of the best things I've ever done, despite it being a result of a big mistake. But I am impressed that I did not graze a wall during that last stint.
Yeah, I mean, I think you still have the fastest lap for that. Correct me if
I think I do, yeah. I think I do.
Yeah, and you said that pretty early on in that stint as well. You know, and like Nico was chasing down Cody lap after lap, and he still wasn't able to match that.
Yeah,
pace.
I cannot wait to watch the race back. It seems like it would have been a very exciting race to watch.
Yeah, it had its moment. Considering only 11 cars and 2 of them crashed out, you know, it was you had 9 very talented drivers churning out lap after lap. Barely any.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, really race. I'm sorry for my.
That's fine.
Right,
I
you
imagine
agree.
you would have used up your. I imagine you would have used up your voice if it was a good race.
I mean, I screamed when Cody Lawrence took the ball. I think that did a lot of damage. But yeah, we got Silverstone coming up next. Correct me if I'm. Oh yeah, we do.
Yep.
What's your thoughts on Silverstone?
Good track. I have very good memories of Silverstone from the Sprint Series where I took my first win there.
Okay.
So I'm looking forward to that. It should be a track that fits my driving style, hopefully. But it's gonna also be interesting because of how much it cooks the front tires. So yeah, we'll see how we manage that and which tire compounds we use. I've heard that Silverstone produces interesting strategies, so I'm looking forward to that.
Walk me through your strategy. Stayed out longer than us on the first day. Then you came in quite early, C3. What was the thought process?
So extending the first stint, I was actually really surprised that no one stayed out as long as I did. For me, the car balance was completely fine even until after I pitted, until I pitted. But I also had set up my car to last as long as possible without the balance degrading, and feel like that really helped. Like towards the end of the first thing, I started catching Alex in front, and yeah, then I pitted on lap 15 and wanted to go to the end on C3s. Then I made a major mistake, crashed heavily, and had to limp it back to the pits. So that's what forced the second pit stop, which was also an extremely slow stop. And from there, I thought I was locked into P5, but I saw that I was lapping 2 seconds faster than Mark. And I don't have an app. Like while I'm racing, I don't have an app that tells me the gaps to the car in front. I just saw like the rough relative, and I saw that I was catching by 2 seconds. So I still had hope that I could catch, and yeah, that was one of the most fun things I've done.
Well, it's been lovely chatting. I mean, you should be happy with
Thank you.
P4.
I am.
Didn't
I
go up
I
to that.
thought from the start I thought that P4 was gonna be the best I could get, and I achieved that. So yeah, I'm satisfied.
And you didn't. Yes,
Yeah,
yeah, it's the
I didn't
best
race to Japan.
results. So yeah, hopefully this
Yeah,
is trajectory get the podium in Britain.
I hope so.
Thank you
I'm looking forward to that.
very much for
Thank you.
tonight. That was butcher her last name. Said it. Harry Mulfitova. And let's get our race winner in here, Cody Lawrence. What a race! You had us all on the edge of our seats. Well, all three viewers, me
Oh.
me included.
Well, I appreciate it. It's apparently with how I race, everything's a showstopper or heartstopper because I can't have a conventional race. I swear.
Oh my gosh!
No, that was close. Got the end. Sorry. Go ahead.
No, I've got. I mean, you walk us through your race because like you opted for a one stop even, right?
One versus the two.
Yeah,
Yes. Yeah.
yeah.
That was.
Nice to see
Yeah.
that happen.
That's I honestly. I definitely did more than the maximum I could have done today. I didn't think I'd be fighting for the win. Nico looked like a step above in practice and everything in our quality sims, our race sims. He looked very, very strong. And I was just hoping the car would come to me in the actual quality and race. And I'm very lucky to say that it did today. Didn't expect to put it on pole. It was a sketchy lap to get it on pole to begin with. And I think that's what gave me the chance to pull off the one stop because Nico took a while to get by me. I knew he was a little bit quicker. He really was the quicker car today, I think. Quicker driver, quicker car. So I had to try something different. If I went for the two stop, he'd win by like 5 to 6 seconds. I had to try the one just to do something different and fight for the win. I mean, I didn't want to ride in second. So I had
Yeah,
to try something.
yeah.
But
That qualifying lap. I mean, your first. You're on the back foot, obviously, and then like when it came to the final lap that you set, I believe the first sector you improved, and then all of a sudden the middle sector, that's where you came alive, and it was just like you just had to hold that momentum and then to like the end of the lap, and yeah, it was really cool to see because I was like, oh, he
uh,
scoofed it, he scoofed it.
it wasn't a great sector one for sure. I had a little moment and turned forward five of the lap, and I knew I had some time in the high speed, especially turn was it 10, 11, or 12, the middle part of sector two through the right left hander. I knew there's a little time there, and then I knew going into the start of sector three, I just needed to send it in as hard as I could with the car, and I knew I had a little time there on the previous lap that I'd done, so I sent it in. It was trending towards a 25, and then coming to the last corner, I nearly did a Verstappen. I had the car start to get walk sideways on me on the left rear in the mid corner, just trying to hang on to it. I'm like, come on, hang on to it. I just need to get it over the line, and was able to get the pull from that. But I mean, like I said, being on pole gave me that shot to make the one stopper work, and Nico did a fantastic job coming back through. Like I said, he had the pace to win that easily today. I did everything I could to tire manage, and still with 2 laps to go, I could feel the right rear starting to really pliff. So I was just trying to hang on to it and hang on to it. And if he got to me, I needed to do something to try to have a shot at the end. I I think maybe the speed difference going through turn 19, 20 at the start of sector three, that's what really set apart the difference because I was really out of right rear tire. Everything high speed was super sketchy, and I think Nico was able to carry way more speed it, but he didn't expect or the dirty air from that is what I think might have caught him out, and that's what sealed the chance for me there.
Yeah, he made one
Wow,
mistake on
how
that
it
last
fares.
lap. And it was just such a minute mistake. It was just, you both took different lines through one corner, and that's what got off. Like you said, like the dirty air. Yeah. Yeah.
Absolutely.
I completely ruled it out. I was like, he's made a like Nico. He's left it too late. Another lap and made. Then all of a sudden, he just saw that those lap times drop and drop. I was like, oh, he's got this. He's got this.
Yeah. I was watching it. I'm like, it was about a 12-second gap coming out of the pits with like 12 to go. So I'm thinking, okay, for a while I'm going to be able to hold it under a second difference, but at the end I know those tires are going to come alive for him, and mine are just going to really start to struggle. I thought the C3 had maybe 19 or 20 laps in it. I only done a 15 lap stint in practice on them. I really was underprepared for the tire deck,
Really?
but I was in. Sorry.
I said, really? That's surprising. Calling me surprised.
Just been super busy with life, really. And yeah, I just knew there was going to be about 5 laps where I don't really know what this tire is going to do, and I kind of guessed it right with saying it's about a 19 lap tire, that C3, because that 20th lap was not fun. I was hanging on to it the whole way at the end.
You impressed us all. It was great. Like, obviously, there's moments in these races, strategies aren't quite synced up. Bit of a kind of dull moment running their own race, but you can tell those last few laps is where everything, like, there's going to be a massive. Literally was
Absolutely.
that nice photo finish. Yeah, really cool to watch. Yeah, congratulations. Sure, that one special one.
I appreciate it. Thank you very much. Thanks for streaming it, and thanks for letting us put on a show. And I think we managed to accomplish that one today.
Thank you very much, Cody. And yeah, that's everyone. Thank you very much for joining us tonight. Hopefully you enjoyed the show. We'll be back next time at Silverstone Grand Prix and round 6 of the Premier Series. Make sure you join us either on track or watching us live. I've been Kilgi Fee, watching me commentate very poorly. And yeah, have a good night, everyone, and see you again soon.